Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. How y'all doing? It's Kaiser, and well, I can certainly tell you somebody who's not having a good day right now, and it's the Walt Disney Company having yet another bad day of bad stock returns. The stock's now dipping to $80.98 a share. Probably going to see that one dip as low as $79, maybe even less tomorrow. Just a bet I'm taking there, but yeah, as if the things could not get worse for Disney. Well, they are always continuing to get worse because they've tied themselves to the absolute PR boat anchor that is the Snow White actress Rachel Zegler. Oh yeah, she's at it again, folks, and yikes. She is seriously in a running gun battle right now with Brie Larson to become the most unlikable person like ever in Hollywood. And honestly, I think she's overtaken Brie Larson by a long shot at this point. Actually, this was posted just earlier today. So this one over there, Betty Johns posted this one saying, "Meet your new Snow White, hates Walt Disney, hates Snow White original story, hates men, hates capitalism, hates family values, hates the paying customer, unfriendly militant feminist, toxic social media past, hyper political, polarizing narcissist." And yeah, here's a bunch of pictures of her like taking selfies and flipping off the camera. This one's saying, of course, respect women today, every day. Uh huh. Yep, that's not going to polarize people against you. And as if that wasn't polarizing enough, so we found this little gem that Rachel Zegler saying a 17-year-old murderer, a 17-year-old racist, a 17-year-old wife. Yeah, yeah. In regards to the Kyle Rittenhouse incident from back in 2020, an incident, of course, of which that he was found not guilty on all charges for. Just saying. I watched the trial from start to finish, and yep, not guilty. So she's also been in a social media war with Gina Carano over the whole pronouns discussion, which has been absolutely just hysterical to watch. I mean, this is good lord. I mean, this was a meltdown of epic proportions on that end, and all these problems, this toxic social media, all of this crap going on, and all these bad things that she's been doing have led a lot of people to ask the question: has Rachel Zegler's Snow White remake been canceled? Well, unfortunately, no. And also, unfortunately, I don't think Disney has the balls to try and pull the plug on this movie because, one, right now, it kind of conforms to all of modern Disney's little things that they like to put into movies and like to shoehorn in there. I'm pretty well at this point figuring that this movie's going to be completely devoid of any of the stuff that actually made the original good. And instead, it's going to be replaced with a bunch of bland characters that nobody really cares about, and then juxtaposed by the absolute just the human walking human like PR disaster that is Rachel Zegler, making all of her usual political, social, and well, all her the usual statements. So yeah, it's got people really up in arms, and to the point where it's actually starting to bleed over into other productions. This actually over there on SK Pop. So, oh God, not her. Fans voiced disappointment with Rachel Zegler as the Hunger Games, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes posters drop. So yeah, people are finding out that she's in this movie, and they're already like, "Oh God, not her." Yeah, Rachel Zegler, I'm out. Toxic as hell. People still want to see things with Rachel Zegler. Why is she even given starting roles? She's so bad. I think this she got this way before the car crash interviews of Snow White remake. Yeah. So again, it's really bad whenever your social media comments and your just general narcissism is being so public and so prominent that it's getting called out all over the place, and you're literally now a detriment to your own movie. Let's not forget this gem where she was on the red carpet and just saying, well, let's just hear what she has to say.
So no Prince or a different kind of Prince?
We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story just because like we cast a guy in the movie,
Right.
Andrew Burnap, great dude.
Yeah.
It's
So
one of those
flippant.
things that I think everyone's going to have their assumptions about what it's actually going to be, but it's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. And whether or not she finds love along the way is anybody's guess until 2024. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby. I mean,
Yeah. Let's just go ahead and go that route with flat out just saying that you know, you could go ahead and get rid of this guy entirely. You don't really care about him.
the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a
God.
big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
Super weird.
So we did.
Weird. Yeah, calling the prince a stalker, just generally being unlikable. And yeah, saying all kinds of really just awful things.
I think I
over
watched
here.
it once and then I never picked it up again. Like, I'm being so serious. I watched it once and then I went on the ride in Disney World, which was called Snow White's Scary Adventures. Doesn't sound like something a little kid would like. Was terrified of it. Never revisited Snow White again. So I watched it for the first time in probably 16, 17 years when I was doing this film. I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be
yeah.
saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true. And so it's just a really incredible story for, I think, young people everywhere to see themselves in.
Snow White is running for president.
Ugh. Yeah, bullshit. And then, of course, all this talk about Rachel Zegler, being, having seen Snow White and everything, and then her contradicting herself on late night TV, getting caught in 4K, contradicting herself. It's a little bit of a long clip. I'm not going to put you out through that. I'm trying to make this video as nice and brief as possible. But then going over to the picket lines of the SAG strike, where she decided to go ahead and open her mouth again.
If I'm going to stand there 18 hours in a dress of an iconic Disney princess, I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed online.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that, honey. I'm just going to be honest with you. Even I know that much. Trust me, I'm just some dumb guy on the internet. You really think that... come on, even I know that that's not the way that works. And her narcissism just doesn't get any more peak than this little bit. This is actually from her YouTube channel. This was the video where she did her famous little cry fest about apparently a while back getting some kind of threats or something or whatnot. Okay, turns out there's really nothing to substantiate that, but this was just this just to me is peak her.
I am back. It's a Snow White scented candle. It smells like me.
Smelling a Snow White scented candle and says, "It smells like me." God. Just the pure narcissism is ridiculous. And then, of course, we got even more gems here.
Does pitching television shows ever get easier? No, because you never know how people feel in the moment. Never can tell if they're into it. And especially if you're a woman, they mostly just stare at you like, let's address the elephant in the room. I'm the hottest person in the world.
Saying I'm the hottest person in the world and saying that it's hard to pitch TV shows because sexism. Never mind that you're one of the most in-demand actresses right now. Not so much after all this controversy, but just gonna come out and say it that you think you're shooting yourself in the foot, to be honest with you there. I think that you probably had a good ride going. Yeah. And then, of course,
my industry is shut down because my union is striking. Pay your fucking writers, pay your fucking actors. Look up ways you can help because below the line is suffering. So are many, many actors.
Okay. And then the usual comments about the SAG strike, which no matter which side of that particular issue you line up on, there's a lot to unpack with that. So again, Rachel Zegler has basically taken it upon herself to try and get in into a race with everyone else, with trying to be the absolute just worst excuse of a just annoyingly bad human being possible. And it's kind of refreshing to watch somebody who is just so genuinely unlikable that you just can't help but smile.
Sheer fucking hubris.
Anyway, folks, that's going to just do it for me here. I appreciate you all watching to the end of the video. Please definitely go down there, hit that like button. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. I've got new videos coming out daily, and I also have live streams every Wednesday and Thursday. Tonight, we are going to be reviewing episode 4 of Ahsoka, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Come on out, hang out. We're going to have a good time. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, tell your friends, hit that notification bell so you know when new stuff goes live, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.